Small Town Scuttlebutt.
Have you been?
Been doing all right, Rick.
Good.
How about you?
Great. You can use the ottoman too if you want.
Oh, wow, in what way?
You have creative way. Well, there's only one way I know how to use an ottoman.
That's true.
Unless
you don't often say that if you're in Turkey. But yeah.
You know what? I love Ottoman Empire jokes.
Used.
Yeah.
I'm feeling used.
Good.
Okay.
You know what's funny the other day is I opened for Greg Morton at I don't feel like opening.
The Greg Morton or a Greg Morton?
Do you know Greg Morton?
I don't. Sorry.
Well, he was on America's Got Talent.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They should call it North America's Got Talent because he's from Canada. Little secret there. I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's funny because
51st state, though. It's pretty soon.
yeah, it is. Yeah. We should just annex that thing right now, right?
Yeah, it's probably
Up top.
happening
We're
right
already
now.
agreeing on things.
It's probably happening right now.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I wanted to have you on the show today is because we can just chill, hang out, have fun, crack wise about life. But we were hanging out the other day and just talking about how the world's a mess.
In many ways, yeah.
It's a mess. And we have our suspicions on what's contributing to that. And I think we also see things. I like to talk. I feel like it's harder to have conversations with people because people have their guard up. People are looking at things with like sensitive, oversensitive lens, whatever their values are. Mm-hmm. If someone says something that's in conflict with a value that they have or an ideal, they take it personally. And I don't remember that happening, 10 years ago. It's unsettling, and it's been frustrating for me, like as a comic, as a podcaster, as somebody who speaks freely. You start getting like, oh, I hate that. Oh, like I was talking to a friend about how you and I are doing Instagram reels about ICE agents apprehending illegal aliens. Mm-hmm. And I was met with, I don't know, it's stirring the pot. You're trying to cause trouble. And I was like, no, the aliens are actually from outer space, like because it's
these other planets aren't sending us their best.
No, they're not. They're coming from these shithole planets.
Yeah,
and we got to get rid of them. But it's a play on words. It's satire, and satire is my game. And I feel like we're losing. I would love to teach a college course as an adjunct professor called satire literacy, and I think it would disarm a lot of people that are always looking for the victimhood or the offense to be taken or the righteous virtue signaling knee-jerk reaction. Like if I'm going to make fun of ICE agents and illegal aliens, I don't need to hear they're not called illegal aliens. Well, technically, read a newspaper or read the news. Like they're oftentimes referred as aliens.
Yeah, I don't like that term.
Yeah. You don't have to like it, and you don't have to use it. You can say illegal or undocumented immigrant. A lot of people play with the words and change them around.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times I'll call them, people who want to come here and have a better life.
Yeah. Yeah, you and I. Okay, so the one thing I think is going to be fun about our conversation is you and I do not agree on everything politically. I think ideologically, treat others as you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. It's like a golden rule. We agree with that. But then you start breaking it down and it's like that Plinko game on Price is Right. You drop it and then it's like, where's it going to go? Right. Mm-hmm. You might end over here. I ended over here.
Yeah.
But it came from the same place. And I figured...
I think the only thing we really agree on is that Kash Patel is a snazzy dresser.
I don't know. He is.
Yeah.
He's got nice glasses.
Yeah, I like Kash.
You do, really?
Not politically, but
yeah. Okay.
No, he's doing a job. He's doing his job, and
well, that's right. He's doing his job. He's enforcing the law. You might not like the laws he's there's a term called deflected outrage, where you're mad at something but you're really mad at something else. And I feel like if you're mad at Kash Patel, that's one thing, but maybe you should be mad at Congress for making the laws that he's enforcing. It's like, for example, ICE. People hate ICE agents. They're terrible people. They're awful. They're doing their job. Like you said, he's got a job to do. Now, if you don't like the guidelines on who they go after, which a lot of us don't because it's definitely overreaching.
I thought they would be going after criminals, and instead they're going after, well, they are, but also just everyday citizens, the police officer in Maine, the superintendent in Iowa, people who came here, they're contributing to society.
Yeah.
And they're creating fear. America was built by immigrants, Irish, Italian, Jewish immigrants, Asian immigrants coming in, Mexican immigrants from all over the world, Latvian, Lithuanian, and each wave of immigrants, we've had people who, the Irish aren't welcome here. We've had people who fear because they're different, fear because they don't know what's going to happen because these immigrants are coming in. But each wave has made America stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is a great country, and immigration is a big reason for that.
It is. We talk about immigration, wanting a better life. I want to go back to, we'll get into this, but one thing I want to preface it is when you and I have conversations about things that we disagree on, it's different for me. The experience for me is different than it is for when I have conversations with others, in the sense that you listen and you're trying to understand a perspective from a different point of view. Whereas when I'm talking to somebody else, if they agree with me, it's an echo chamber, right? It's boring. It's like, yep, okay, check the box. Yep, I agree. Cool. There's really nothing provocative or, mentally stimulating. It doesn't make me think. It's just
people sometimes want that echo chamber because it is comfortable.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's more enjoyable to seek out other opinions and maybe have your own opinion changed a little bit or a lot because someone just made a point that, wow, I hadn't thought of that. That's big. And that's what comedy can come in.
Yeah.
Satire can come in and make you think about something maybe a little bit differently and maybe change your point of view. And if you're not open to that, then you're stagnant.
Totally.
Yeah,
Now,
so I like that you do that, and for many years I saw your Facebook posts. Sometimes people felt poked by it, but he's getting people to talk. Rick is getting people to talk, and that's important. Even if you disagree with someone, it doesn't make them your enemy.
Do you want to know that I'd say 25% of the time I would chirp online in the local Facebook group. I was benign on that. Like neither here nor there. This is not my hill to die on, but I do hear a lot of the same stuff, and I do see a mob mentality ganging up on something else, on someone that spoke differently, and they're being called names or getting a label attached to them. And that's more what I cared about. And I'm like, I truly am free. I have financial freedom. I don't work for the man. It helps that I'm white, right? And American citizenship. I have a master's degree. I'm what some would call your apex predator, right? Like you want to come after me. What's going to happen? Like once my wife said, maybe you leaned in too much on that one, but for the most part, she doesn't even care, and, I used to like doing that stuff. And then it got to the point where it's like when COVID and Trump came in, I just think society, the world, we're all getting squirrely now, and I don't want to do it. But people would email or like text me privately who I don't even know, saying, you should talk about this, or you should question so-and-so about that thing they said. The worst one was like somehow people know where I live, and I would find notes in my mailbox.
Oh, that's
and it's like, it's a double whammy. It's like, one, you wrote me a note, you typed the note, and you're telling me you know my name, you know where I live, you like what I say, which is, I guess, the only disarming element of the whole thing.
Non-disarming, yeah. Until they don't like what you say.
Yeah, until they don't, because it's like I go, it's I think for myself. So many people are like, I'm aligned with the party. I wake up in the morning, I read the party bulletin, and I get all the bullet points. I commit them to memory, and then I go about my day, and that's how I live my life. And I'm like, well, that's BS. I mean, I'm right of center, but I'd
say I'm left of center, and I think part of it is social media. Everybody has a phone now. I took myself off of Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
It is, and I needed it because I had the business, and now I'm retired. I don't need it, and it's been really freeing because you get into this, as you said, echo chamber where, let's say you like cats dancing videos.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're going to see a lot of cats dancing. You might once in a while see a muskrat or a dog. Did they try to get you to
yeah.
But and then
as long as they're a mammal, once I get the reptile ones, then I'm like, what the?
Exactly, and
mad.
It enrages you.
Yes, it sparks outrage,
Yes.
Jim. Sparks. I love that term. Sparks outrage.
Or all of a sudden, there's a cat who's not a good dancer.
Yeah,
like there are cats who don't have rhythm.
Some cats are just dicks too. They can dance, but they won't.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, I'm not doing it. I'm not your monkey. I'm not going to do it.
So what's behind that? So you're getting fed this algorithm. Maybe I'm cynical, but I think money's behind a lot of things.
Yeah,
and you're monetized because of your views. You're not your political views, but your or life views, but your online views.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, these cats now they're telling you to vote for Bernie Sanders. These cats are telling you go buy Pepsi because cats prefer Pepsi. So you get down this rabbit hole, and then there's the people who are enraged by the cats, maybe because this cat was dancing something maybe Latin and they don't like that. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here.
Yeah,
But I think social media has, now that everybody seems to have it, it changes. It's dopamine. You're getting hits of dopamine, and when you like something, or someone likes something you post, you get that dopamine hit. And you think, "Wow, I've got a voice now. I'm important." And everybody wants to be important. Everybody wants a voice. And now, and here's this little machine in your pocket that can make you feel powerful, and the power goes to your head, and you're thinking, "I'm getting all these likes because I'm agreeing with this or I'm disagreeing with this."
Yeah,
and instead of stepping back a little bit and saying, okay, this isn't black and white. There's a whole spectrum of views, and we're being polarized into maybe left and right or right and wrong, and it's frustrating. It has been really freeing to be off of social media, though. I bet.
Yeah. Also, what is this need for everybody to know where you stand on everything? I never understood that. It's like something comes up and it's the same cast of characters that are coming out and opining on the issue with backed by information that they've obtained from the sources that they prefer to get their information from, and in the circles of friends that they choose to talk about these issues with. And they're not taking into consideration so many other variables. And I don't want to sound like I'm better than other people, because, I mean,
you're not.
I'm not, but sometimes I am.
You're like in the 51%.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'm
52.
Yeah. No, the one thing I can do, and it's like, if you can't do, I don't like to converse with certain people that like they lack things. One of them is the ability to just say, I don't know enough about this topic to really have an opinion that I'm married to, like America does something overseas. Everyone is an instant foreign policy expert. We know everything about what's going on in whatever country. We know what's going on. We know who's on the right side. We know, and it's like, all right, and then there's like, for example, people will hate Trump, and if your platform is opposite of Trump, do whatever go in the other direction, Trump. I can't work with you here. I can understand and appreciate and admire your dislike for the guy and what he does, but sometimes he's right. Like, NATO, you're not paying your fair share. Like, let's pick it up. You know,
That's funny. I don't like Trump.
Yeah.
But I want him to succeed in making America better.
Yep.
And I think NATO is a great example. We were paying almost the whole freight for that, and NATO has picked it up. So there are some, you've got to, even if you completely or almost completely dislike someone, you're really shooting yourself in the foot if you, and the rest of the country in the foot if you oppose them on something that might actually help.
Yeah, I feel like opposing your president is good. It's healthy, you know, in public debate. Talk to your congressperson about doing something about this. You know, you can do that. But when you're just hoping that they fail, that's as stupid and ignorant as not cheering on the success of the pilot of the guy who's flying the plane that you're on. You know what I mean? It's like you're putting your like put like the greater good, right? I'm not saying be a nationalist. I'm saying you want the country to do well and be good. If Trump is going to go after other NATO countries and say, "Hey, time to pay up," don't just ignore that and go, "Oh yeah, that thing." I mean, no, hit pause. You've been talking about the guy for 8 years now. If you think he did something okay, can you come to the table and admit that? And they can't. And it's like, that's the thing that kind of gets me, you know. But we're going in this direction where everybody has to know where you stand, and you have to lock into it, and you have to stay married to it, and it has to be congruent with the other things that you also have to agree with. And if you, I'll talk to somebody, you know, on the left, and I'll agree with 7 things that they've said, but that 8th thing I deviate, and it seems like the street cred that I gained from those other 7 things are wiped out. And I'm a Republican, but not hardcore. Definitely not MAGA. Like I say, I'm a centrist that leans to the right. My wife is a centrist that leans to the left. I make jokes. I'm like, my wife's so liberal, she donates money to the ACLU. But there we are, going to bed together every night, you know, raising a family.
It's a big bed, so you can have quite a distance.
It's a king size bed. It's
a couple of 100 yards in between you, but
sometimes
fill a port in between you. And
let's get into personal questions in the bedroom. Does your wife ever get up in the middle of the night and just go somewhere else because, like, maybe you snore or something?
She does that in the middle of the day.
My wife, like, I tried taking the CPAP. Do you have a CPAP?
I don't.
Machine?
Teresa does.
Teresa does.
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't use it anymore.
Yeah. She doesn't. Yeah. No. So I got one.
It's alien-like, isn't it? It's like something out of like.
It looks like I'm about ready to fly an F-35.
Yeah.
You know, like we're gonna go fly at 60,000 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like, remember the Snorks? They were the amphibious Smurfs. The best way I could.
Oh, I think I know.
Your daughter must have watched it.
Did they have a couple of really cool songs?
Maybe.
That's not them?
No, it was a cartoon. They looked like Smurfs with a snorkel coming out of their head.
Interesting.
They look stupid.
Based on a real story.
Yeah, basically, yeah. based on loosely based on.
Very loosely.
Right. But no, it's I wear this thing, and it's supposed to help me with my breathing and, you know, the sleep apnea, because I did a sleep study and said I woke up like 50 times in a night and all that stuff.
That's a lot.
But I'd argue, because I'd be like, I don't think I ever fell asleep. To wake up, that means you had to have fallen asleep. And I just remember being kind of present throughout the night, you know, like.
Yeah.
But after a month of trying this thing, I was all done with it, because, you know, it gives you a score in the morning. It would say 30% with a frown face emoji, and I'm like, I don't want to start my day being told I'm a failure.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, I got a hose coming off the top of my head connected to this mouthpiece. I just look stupid. Not that I'm, you know, going to bed trying to be fashionable, but this is just too much.
And maybe 40% is good for you. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe you're doing your best.
I feel like if
Like
you're
someone else's 70% is your 40%.
yeah, I think I had to get up to a certain percent, like 70% for insurance to cover. I was like, you know what?
Interesting.
I'm done with this
Okay.
thing. And so I was like all set. And my wife was like, I get it, but
You could have
now we're going back to snoring.
You could have put machine on Leslie, on your wife, and gotten the insurance, and then
Yeah.
just
That's
game
called
in the system.
That's called
It's
scam,
it
Jim.
is.
You go to
It's a
jail for it.
scam. That's on the next episode. With
Yeah.
Scams with Rick and Jim.
Yeah. I got this. Okay. I know this guy in big CPAP. Okay.
Big
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah. No, why were we even talking about?
I know we get off on tangents quite
We
a
do.
bit. Yeah.
You know what we can do?
And cotangents and parallels. And
Cotangent. Yeah. I wrote some things down that we can discuss. First of all, I have 4 current events that are just right now, everyone's got an opinion on it. And it's like, why do you have, my argument is maybe you just don't have an opinion and go about your life. Like I'm too busy. I have 2 kids, a wife, I have hobbies, I have special interests. You know, I'm trying to run a mile in under like in around 6 minutes. I'm at 6:53 right now.
that's good.
Every Tuesday I
good.
time it.
I used to be a miler in high school.
Were you?
Yeah, I ran the mile.
Okay, what was your time in high school?
I was under 5, like 4.
Shut up.
But that's not super fast.
Yes, it is, Jim.
But one thing I could do is I could run a mile backwards pretty fast, like 7 minutes backwards.
Okay, there's only one person on this planet that would even think of doing this. It's you.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Actually, I discovered when I was in the Army, you do these 2-mile runs, and you do them pretty regularly for part of a physical fitness test.
Sure.
And in basic training, I did it backwards, a 2-mile run. And I did it probably in about, 14 minutes. I forget the time, but I was in first. I even laughed a couple of guys.
Yeah.
But the drill sergeant, Sergeant Smith, came over and he said, I don't want you to ever do that again. You're showing off. You're making other people look bad. And he's right. And it actually, I was only, I went between my junior and senior high school. I went to basic training, and I was this kind of arrogant kid. I still am an arrogant adult, but I toned it down. And part of it is because he was trying to say to me, okay, here's a team, and you're making the team look bad by saying you can run backwards faster than they can run frontwards, which is probably in back of my mind was what I was doing. I was being a jerk.
No, I kind of just have a big disagreement
It's
with you
basic
on
training,
this.
though.
Yeah, let me disagree with you wholeheartedly on this. I think you're as your drill sergeant.
Yeah, and it's funny. Your drill sergeant's really tough on you, but at the end of basic training, you love the guy.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Because I mean, isn't the philosophy I'm going to knock you guys all down?
They do,
and then I'm going to bring you all up together. Like nobody's better than anyone, and you were showing people you're better.
Yeah. Every time he yelled out my name, no matter where we were after that, I had to drop and give him 20.
No shit.
It just all of a sudden we're in the middle of the woods, on bivouac, and James. It was great.
Really?
It's like, okay, this guy loves me.
Yeah, he's looking out for me. He wants me not to be so arrogant. I guess I could see it from that perspective. Like, hey, the belittling is my job, right? It's kind of what he's doing. Like you were kind of stepping on his toes. You're actually maybe you're making a mockery. I'm gonna make these guys run 2 miles and they're gonna hate it. And you're like, hate what? And you're going backwards.
Yeah.
Almost like you're mocking him. So I could see him being frustrated from that point. But I would also think that maybe a drill sergeant would use what you're doing as motivator. Hey, you fat asses, get in shape. That freaking lunk over there, Jim James, Private James is running circles around you backwards. Are you going to take that? Like, that could be a motivator.
Yeah.
Like, first one to catch him punches him in the face. Like, whatever. I don't know. I wasn't in the Army. I'm not a veteran. You're a veteran. So the first, I got a couple things, but let me, because you're talking about, Army and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
One of the latest things that's happening in the news is, do you say Department of Defense or War Department?
I like defense. It's I think America. I think of us as as a nation for the most part that tries to do good. We don't always do it, but I think defense fits better with what my vision of America, that okay, you're in trouble, we're going to help you out.
I agree with that. Or someone's messing with our mutual interests and values, and they're underhanded, or there's something nefarious about it. Like, that seems like a title of something for like China or Russia.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of aggressors. I know people would say, oh, you don't think America's aggressive? It bothers me when people say, the world is making fun of us. I'm like, no, they're not. They're trying to get into the country. You can't have tens of millions of people trying to get into the country at the same time saying everyone hates us. Like, my neighbor's from Pakistan. He says, growing up, everyone just wanted to be an American. Because I remember talking with him once, and he's like, he knew so much about cultural stuff from the 80s as if he lived in my neighborhood. And I'm like, how did you know about that? You're in Pakistan. And he's like, because all we ever wanted to be was Americans, you know? So, and I'm like, okay, that's a Middle Eastern country that if you don't talk to people, you know, that don't look like you or don't think like you, you wouldn't know these things, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I feel like Department of War sort of sounds like the aggressor.
More Russia than anything that I can think of as a current example.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I do like the Department of Defense. It sounds like the higher road, you know. But
I agree.
But recently, who's the guy's name? The Secretary of Defense,
Hegseth?
Pete Hegseth. He literally said no fat generals in troops, and he's talking about improving the standards, eliminating some of the wokeness. He wants physical standards to be set for males, and if women can't meet them, so be it. Like, literally,
in combat,
his words. Yes,
in combat arms roles, I can see that.
Yes,
but if you're in transportation or air defense artillery, things like that, maybe that you wouldn't need to have the same, because you can have a very strong mental capacity that the military needs too.
Yeah,
and we could be getting rid of people who can do things in intelligence and
yeah, but they're fat,
supply.
Jim. I see. This is the thing about like talking, and I kind of wanted to model this kind of stuff, and I'll point it out because people don't know how to have a conversation. But it's not everything has to be all in, like yes or no, hard no on that. You said, for combat situations, I agree. But if you're in Arizona flying a drone 3,000 miles away or 6,000 miles away from the war zone,
it's funny.
Is it really important?
Been a long time since I've been in, but there were the physical fitness tests, which you take pretty often. It's a 2-mile run, push-ups and sit-ups, and also there was body mass indexes that you had to hit. And if you didn't, they gave you some leeway to hit it.
I thought you were going to say Wigovi.
It took you out and shot you. No, but they, but I don't know if that's changed. But there were standards. I'm guessing there still are. There must be. Yeah.
But I guess what he was trying to say is they're pulling back on it. Like this idea of toxic leadership. Like, is there harassment in the military? For sure.
Just like in corporate America, there would be, or anywhere.
Yeah, and we're talking sexual harassment. We're talking intimidation.
But
there's a difference between holding people accountable and like that's just leadership in the. You don't have to be so polite to people when you're going to war, right? Like
there's a mission.
Per my last request, Private James. It's like, hey, James. Why the hell didn't you dig your foxhole?
Yeah.
Over there where I told you to. Like, if you screw up, if
you're not,
you don't have to be.
The mission,
I don't want my military to, like, my people that are protecting my country, like, getting offended or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like being a teammate. Like, who was that Red Sox guy that refused to play third base, and then we traded him to the Giants?
Rafael Devers.
So. His coach asked him for the good of the team to play third base, and he says no.
Yeah.
Same thing in corporate America. They ask you to work on this report because the company needs it, and you say no. In the military, you're asked to dig this foxhole, and you say you can't say no. your team needs it.
Right.
So there are missions that if you're a team player, you've got to help forward that mission.
Lives are at risk.
So the stakes are higher.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the stakes are high too in education and in corporate America, but not lives at risk.
Your lives will not be.
Yeah.
threatened.
Or maybe police departments, fire departments, there are lives at risk. So that raises the bar there too. But yeah, when lives are at risk, that raises the bar.
Yeah, I feel like we have to we can pull back on being so polite and nice, and maybe that, like, let's not call everything toxic behavior. Let's just call that structure and discipline in a time where safety is of the utmost importance, right?
But also be aware that some people with maybe toxic personalities will take advantage of those situations and perhaps harass someone in a way that's not appropriate too. We have to be able to call that out and not allow that to happen.
Sure.
So there are we have to have some safeguards there for that as well, because some people, once they get into a position of power, somehow that changes them and they become maybe more toxic and harm people. So we've got to be careful about that as well. We've got to. It's not black and white.
I think people get drunk with power. I mean, living in a small town, I see it. I mean, I've tried to. You try to do anything in this town, and you have to go to 6 select board meetings, and people from a thing called the sign committee will come out. I worked with a bunch of kids vote
committee.
on a name for this park with the gazebo.
Oh,
in
that was
it.
a wonderful idea.
It wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, it got pushed back because what the kids chose was Warrior Park at a time where maybe we should look at the term warrior and how it relates to indigenous people. And it's like, it's not exclusively on the indigenous people. If you could just get out of that groupthink for a minute. And by the way, it was overwhelmingly chosen by kids. So that's the name. It was pre-approved by the select board. I had a committee of 5 people. Let's go forward and get a sign. And then everyone from the library, what's that 3-person group in the library commission or something like that?
Is there a board of trustees? Is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah. The
could be wrong, yeah.
chair wanted answers about it. I'm like, I just wrote an email like brushing him off, going, yeah, well, thank you for your input. But it's going up, and then the sign committee came to select board meetings and was condescendingly talking to me about, have you been thinking about this? Are you concerned about that? I'm like, it's just a sign. And, the select board can vote to have it put up or not. That's all I'm here for. I'm not going to engage in this. Look, I should be at home watching Jeopardy with my wife right now. Which, by the way, I'm very good at Jeopardy. I'm kind of a dumb person, but when I play Jeopardy, I'm usually the second place guy. I would say if I was on Jeopardy, I wouldn't win it, but I wouldn't be Harold with 200 points at the end of it. You
wouldn't be worse than third place.
No, yeah, definitely top 3 finisher.
So Kevin Patterson, who used to work at the store, a former Medfield resident, he was on Jeopardy a few years ago, and he won.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. And he had an aunt many years ago who was on Jeopardy as well. And then we went to a watch party. And it was
Nerd
pretty cool.
Fest.
Yeah, he couldn't. He couldn't tell his family, couldn't tell anybody that he'd won.
So the whole time at the party, he's sitting around knowing, and everyone's like looking over at him,
But we knew because he's not going to have a watch party if he lost.
Right.
But it was wonderful. And
that brand new Porsche 911 had to get paid for somehow in the driveway.
It was terrific because he came from behind. And then he lost on the next episode. But sometimes it's just a matter of the timing, the questions you get, and how good you are with that little clicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool to see. Kevin Patterson.
Yeah.
Great kid.
Nice. So Department of Defense, no fat generals. What's your take on that? Final say.
Well, you're setting an example.
Yep.
So if you are, let's say, grossly overweight, it's hard for you to tell the people underneath you can't be grossly overweight. It's the same if you were a CEO and you just laid around in a bed in your office all day. What example does that set for the other employees at the company? If you're a teacher and you decide, I'm not going to teach this week, or you're the principal. To keep it on parallel with the general.
Yeah.
You're setting an example, and so I can see that.
You know what I'd love to see, and I agree with you. I agree, but also that why would the chief of staff be exempt from that? The president.
That's a good point too.
The president isn't the most physically fit. He has the ultimate.
Yeah.
He's holding the keys to our military, and he's got the defense.
Yeah.
The Secretary of Defense chirping at all the people below him, generals and whatnot, to get in shape. You know,
do as I say.
It's
not
like
as I
because
do.
my fat boss said so. Like that's the irony there. So if you're like on the right and you're like, yeah, Pete, they all need to lose weight because of this and that. Well, wouldn't it be nice if the president could do it too? I mean, he's the one who can say you're going to war and 20% of you will not come back. You know.
Yeah.
So you better get in shape. It's like, okay, cool. Like.
I agree with that.
Like that's asking for a lot. And someone could say, yeah, well, it's not like he's going to war. Like, no, but he is
asking other people to do it, which is even.
You're kind of playing God when you're like playing with people's lives.
Oh, yeah.
And calculatedly knowing what are our losses going to be. Oh, we're going to have losses. Okay, well, we still have to do this. It would be a respectful thing, you know, I think.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you on that infantry, you know, on the battlefield,
artillery, armor.
You got to have armor. I was talking to this one guy who, you know, was a tank commander. Guess if these tracks, when they break, each plate is like 85 pounds.
Yeah.
It's like, and you got to change this thing quick. You're on a battlefield. The life expectancy of a tank on a battlefield is what, 20 minutes anyway, right? So it's like, I think you need to be like able to bench your weight at least, or whatever it is.
Yeah, you had to be in enough shape to go through a long slog of hurry up and wait.
Offshoot of that one, the presidential fitness program coming back. Remember that when you were a kid?
I do.
I love doing the shuttle sprint. That was like actually that was fun.
Yeah,
I'm like doing the shuttle sprint. I could never touch my toes. I think pull-ups was one of them.
Yeah, I could never touch my toes either. Still can't.
Yeah, I never could. That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? The thing that people say that are against it is it's demoralizing to kids that are out of shape and this and that. I say, well, maybe we wouldn't have so many kids that are out of shape if we actually put more emphasis on the importance of physical health.
This is tougher.
What's your
because you take people as they are, and some people might have a condition that they can't get into shape. They might,
such as, because I always hear the excuses.
Yeah.
It's my thyroid. I have diabetes. It's like maybe you have diabetes because you're fat. I don't know.
No, it could be because let's say you're in the military. You already know there's a given that you need to be in this physical shape.
Sure.
Here you are a general citizen. You're a child in a school with, and children at all levels, even grown-ups, have their own self-esteem. Let's say you're overweight. Can society say, hey, you need to lose weight? It might be ideal that you lose weight, but maybe there's fitness tests you can't do. Maybe it does set up it does set up maybe a system where people are feeling less about themselves because maybe they can't do things. And I know this in life, there are these things as well. Mm-hmm. But physical fitness, some people just can't do those things. We've got to, and then if you single them out and say you don't have to do this because you can't do these things, they're still singled out. I don't know. It's a tough call. I always enjoyed them, but I'm saying that from a perspective of someone who loved it, and
right.
I loved phys ed and all of that. But
good physical health makes you happier.
It does.
Like the runner side. Like when I get stressed, I used to smoke pot. And I was like, what's the long game here? How is this going to end? It's not going to end great. Like, this is not sustainable, you know? So let's find another way. And I did a lot of introspective soul searching and figuring stuff out. And my wife is blown away by the fact that, like, if like doing the technology to get this show running or whatever it is to overcome an obstacle that's mentally draining me and it's getting frustrating. Instead of saying, you know what, fuck it, let's just get high and call it a day.
That's the easier way.
It is easy and it works in the short term. Like you win the battle, but you're not going to win the war. Now I'm looking forward to that run or that mountain bike ride.
Yeah.
And because you get a high from it. You get like those endorphins running. You get like, you feel good.
And your kids see you doing that.
Yes, kids see it. I always ask them, you guys want to go for a bike ride? No.
But follow me anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, well, or it's like, I wasn't asking, you know.
And you got to watch me then.
Yeah. Bring, get on the bike. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, hey, guys, some of us are going to pass this thing. Some of us aren't. If you don't want to do it, there's an alternative thing you can go do. Like, there's got to be some solution.
That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah.
Like here, you know what? Yeah, I'm not, hey, kid, 7th grader who weighs 180 pounds. You're not going to do a pull-up. We all know that. You don't have to show us that you're not going to do it. So why don't we, why don't you go pick crops in the field? No, just kidding. Why don't you, that was a joke, like go put them to hard labor. No, why don't you do something else? Like, let's go for a speed walk. Like, I want you to walk a mile and you should be able to walk that mile in 10 minutes. Like, there should be those kind of things. Like, I forget what the running a mile was, but it's probably like, I don't know, let's say it was 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's still a pretty good pace. That's
actually a really good pace. Maybe running a mile was 10 minutes. So you know what? Say you have to, okay, can you run a mile in 20 minutes? I don't know. But the fact that we're putting an emphasis on your physical health, I love it because, look, at the end of the day, it's going to save a lot of money in insurance. And I mean, unhealthy people are expensive on society. I'm not trying to fat shame anyone. It is what it is, but it's like, what is wrong? What is wrong? We push the academics, we push, sports and stuff, and that's optional. But I just think taking care of your body is it's something that I'm like, I've put on some weight in the last 2 months and I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
And I've been kind of snacking on the kids' snacks.
Yeah.
I wish you'd stop buying them, Leslie. These granola bars, the peanut butter chocolate granola bar.
Those are all sugar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 150 calories, and I'll eat 4 of them at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's a Trojan horse of candy.
Yeah, that's 600 calories, empty calories that I'm going to go back and sleep with for 4 hours.
Yep.
And I do that. I was doing that too much, and I'm like, I got to stop. Or, like these Ben and Jerry pints of ice cream. Like, those are single serving ice creams, right? Like, I've never put a Ben and Jerry's pint back in the fridge. It comes out.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to eat the whole thing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So,
yeah.
Being mindful
now it's
of.
just what, Ben, right? There's no Jerry?
Yeah.
Or is there Jerry and Ben?
I think, well,
Did we
it's
lose
Unilever
Jerry?
now.
Yeah, that's true. But now it's just Jerry ice cream, or is it Ben ice cream? I know which one sounds better. Jerry ice cream sounds better.
I think Unilever ice cream.
Uniben.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another thing. The Riyadh Comedy Festival. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I haven't. I just heard. I don't know much about it.
Well, let me just give you the topical
I know
stuff.
Riyadh's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And it's maybe
Saudi
a repressive
Arabia
kingdom.
is dishing out a lot of money to the A-lister comics. We're talking my 2 favorites, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle.
Roseanne Barr?
I like Roseanne Barr. I don't know if she'll be there, but
yeah.
I like, you know what I like about her? She just says whatever the fuck she wants. And if you don't like it, and that's what comedy's supposed to be. And a lot of times I think she's on point, but she's definitely leaning a certain way. And
She has to wear a burqa when she, but in Saudi Arabia.
yeah, no, this whole thing about Sebastian Maniscalco, it's this Louis C.K., all these comedians are going, and I just want to read this one quote from this guy, David Cross. He's an actor. He says that he's ashamed that they're going. He's condemning it. He says, this is terrible because it deflects attention from Saudi Arabia's brutal repression of free speech and other pervasive human rights violations. He says you can't be trusted anymore to talk about cancel culture and freedom of speech. What's your take on that?
So I don't know much about this. Why is Saudi Arabia doing this?
Well, you'd have to ask Saudi Arabia.
That's true.
Right?
Prince
Why
Salman,
are you doing
Prince
it?
Bin Salman?
I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in the world.
Well, I mean, so it's televised, I'm guessing. What is there a big comedy community in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia is the birthplace of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, when I see Saudi Arabia on the map, I basically just see that big smile emoji. You know?
Yeah. Is that one hump camel or two?
Is that guy humping a camel? Oh, hey.
I'm sorry, that might have sounded, but yeah. I'm not just pumping oil. But why is Saudi Arabia doing this?
I think it's probably to some degree a public relations kind of a thing.
Yeah.
One could say it's like, hey, we've seen Western culture. You know, we're not going to change the way we dress or who we worship, but you know, we like to laugh too. That's a universal thing. That could be a reason. Or maybe David Cross is right. They're like trying to deflect attention. Hey, nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah.
Look at the funny people from America. You know,
It's like a corporation who pollutes, let's say, a water supply.
like Exxon, for example, right?
And then
petro goods, and then they're like
they do something else as a charity to deflect away from it.
Yeah.
You've got a big concrete mixer with all these charities. You're belching big black smoke into communities, but and I'm not saying concrete isn't important; it's very important. But and then you put all these charities on the barrels, because you want to deflect away from maybe some people talking about why are they belching this smoke and just noise into our communities,
right?
Something like that. Maybe
it could soften the look. Yeah,
could that be it? Or is it I don't know. It
could be. But the way I was thinking, and when I read this article and heard David Cross talk, I just thought, so I love satire, and I'm always looking for hypocrisy. I'm always looking for the irony.
Yeah.
And when this guy is saying that they can't be trusted to talk about cancel culture and freedom of speech while telling these people that they should not be speaking in certain places at certain times, and therefore you should not be doing it, i.e. canceled, it's sort of like, you're against those things, but you're doing it. And look at it, stop, hit pause, go in the Wayback Machine to 1986 or 87 when Paul McCartney played a concert in Red Square in Moscow. At the time, we're like, how could he go to Moscow and play rock and roll for those commie bastards? I'm like, you mean those de facto commie bastards? You think Yuri Baryshnikov was was sitting there going, do I want to be a capitalist or a communist? I don't know. Let's say, I think I'm going to go communist. Like they didn't really have a choice,
No, it's an interesting point.
And it's like, you don't like the human rights violations of these poor repressed souls in Saudi Arabia, and now you want to take away their comedy. I mean, that's another way to look at it. It's like, hey, Bill Burr's going to go over there and enlighten these people a little bit. Dave Chappelle is going to go there. He's going to show people what satire is. He's going to show people that you can challenge ideas. You can think for yourselves. It's kind of ballsy for Saudi Arabia to even offer that. And by doing that, I feel like it sort of is a step in the right direction toward reaching that expectation that we have for human rights. Like, you can hear divergent viewpoints. You're allowed to laugh at those, unless they're going to start killing people that laugh at the wrong jokes, but I feel like this seems like
journalists.
Right. Yeah. I feel like I think so. I look at it as it's a great thing, but some people, but at the same time, like you're saying, like why are they doing it? I have questions. I have more questions than opinions on it. And I think when that is the deal, maybe you just sort of go, well, here's my take based on what I know, but what I do know is I don't know everything about this, so
This isn't a black and white thing.
Yeah.
Because, will Saudi Arabia censor anything that someone's saying? Will they tell them not to say certain things? So that's a big flag. And then if you look at, say, Paul McCartney, when he went to Red Square, he's bringing Western culture to Russia.
Yeah.
And perhaps on the positive side, that's what we're doing here in Riyadh. But and also there's a parallel here. North Korea, Kim Jong-un, South Korea is sending K-pop videos into North Korea, and
Okay, that's just global. That's just terrorism right there.
it is actually.
It's like, come on,
South Korea, not
come
K-pop.
on. I'd be like anything but K-pop.
and South Korean dramas. It could be a positive parallel there where people are saying, okay, here's a whole bunch of comedians who can talk openly about many different subjects and not be censored.
Right.
And maybe that can change minds, like Paul McCartney in Red Square. Oh wow, this Western culture has this brilliant music, and North Korea is seeing what it could be like in South Korea. And maybe that's aspirational for you to maybe speak up against the regime, although it's probably scary to do that there. But maybe there could be positives that come from this, but
Sure.
it's too much unknown right now.
Right. I mean, you think of the mid-late 80s, Mikhail Gorbachev, perestroika, like things were changing in the Soviet Union. And this was one of those, I guess it's sort of like a metric or something. It's like, okay, this happened and wow, in 1991 it collapsed and it's done. I mean, it's coming back, but
It's coming back.
it's coming back. But it had that.
And in between, we
Yeah.
were hoping that they would become more of a democracy and more maybe a free market economy.
Yeah.
But it became kind of a criminal state.
Or continued to be a criminal state.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
criminals,
yeah.
they huddled up and they're like, okay, how are we going to get this back? Ready, break. We're going to go, and they're,
Yeah, it made it easy for them.
yeah.
Yeah, so you have.
But we dismantled the
oligarchs.
Soviet Union. All these independent states became countries again. And now Putin's bringing it back, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's making.
But you know what?
Russian-
You got to be happy for the guy. He's got like a 90% approval rating. I'm sure that's totally fair. Here's one, because you have to take any good thing and find controversy in it. Bad Bunny, a hip hop artist, right, is going to be the halftime show at the next Super Bowl. I don't know if
Is
you.
that controversial?
Yes. So
I'm
do you
off
know?
the social media, so I didn't
Oh,
know that was
okay.
controversial.
Well,
that says something, because
this
why
is-
would that be?
Oh, well, okay. So he's a non-white person.
But there are a lot of Super Bowl artists that are non-white, and many players.
Yes. Yeah.
Very few
there's a couple.
coaches.
There's a couple black guys in the
Yeah.
NFL. One of the best coaches, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He's good. He is a
yeah.
good coach.
Yep.
Like, I love his interviews. He answers, but Bill Belichick was fun for a while, the way he would talk to the media, like in a condescending.
When he's winning, he was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, he's witty and he's funny and he's concise,
Yeah.
but he's not really giving you anything. And it's like, all right, as long as you're winning, it's okay. Mike Tomlin, when he gets a question, he respects the person asking the question. He also respects the fact that through these questions and answers, he's speaking directly or indirectly to the fan base. The fans, why is this guy, who's going to read this? What's the whole point of this whole thing?
It's a sport, it's an
Your
entertainment.
consumers want to know. It's a press
yeah,
conference. And
exactly. Why make it rough for them?
Yeah, and he gives thoughtful answers without giving away, the playbook, right? So
I think Vrabel's the same way. I think we've got a good coach here.
Yeah.
Who's gonna, because it is entertainment in the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a sport.
yeah,
It's not-
I do like how Vrabel really laid into somebody who asked a question that was already asked like 3 questions earlier, and it's like
I didn't see that, but I can
yeah,
see
he
okay.
he was pretty funny about. I mean, I would not want to be that.
No,
that
because he's a
reporter.
little more intimidating than Belichick,
Yeah,
Belichick in a way.
Yeah, he's got some Bill Parcells in him.
Yeah, like
The
he's
way
going to
he's
meet you
playing
out
some
in the
mind
parking lot.
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Bad Bunny is it's yeah. So it's not like you're getting Bruno Mars, universally liked, non-controversial. His music is popular, right? He's like he's got the talent of Michael Jackson, the way he can sing and dance, and everyone's kind of like, ooh. But then you get something like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. That was the first time it started being a problem, you know. And then Kendrick Lamar last year, because
So this guy has his doctorate and he's just rapping?
yeah, Dr. Dre, yeah.
Is it a medical doctor or was he
It was a doctor of philosophy,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, then you get like Kendrick Lamar, he's a black guy from the inner city, and he sings about injustices and things like that, and it doesn't speak to everybody. You know, it's not. Is this family entertainment, or is this a political stunt? Some would say.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know, and then the other side would say in response, "It wasn't for you," and it's like, all right, everyone just stop. Everyone just stop. All right, first of all, if you don't like the music, you can go do what most people do during the halftime. Go out on the porch and have a beer with your friends, you know. Go check your squares and see if you won any money on that quarter, on that last
The
quarter.
last Super Bowl halftime show I watched was probably Wayne Newton.
Doing what?
Was it? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Janet Jackson.
Yeah. No.
No. So I didn't know this was a controversy. Okay.
Yeah. So people are like, but what I don't like, and this is what you're not you won't miss on social media, is the antagonistic gotcha or zing or what are you gonna do now, or that projection of, oh, you gotta be mad now because a non-white guy. You know, it's like I saw this one clip, or this one post where someone was like, oh, what are all the white MAGAs over 40 going to do now? Blah, blah, they're going to be so pissed because they're racist. And I just thought, hey, pal, you know what you could have done to just disarm this stupid argument? And this is, don't antagonize and think positively. Like, clearly you like the fact that Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime act. You didn't express your excitement and joy for this. You skipped that. You denied yourself that, and you just jumped into this fray and said, "Who wants to fight me on this?" And it's like, he's gonna be great, and I'm assuming you hate it before anyone sees it. Just we're talking about.
Is this one person or
Oh no, this is
this a general?
That is one thing I did read, but I use it as sort of the
sometimes we see a little snippet of something and we get outraged about that.
Yes, well, what I'm using that as an example of the common theme coming from
common?
one side. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, oh, you don't like it because you're white and over 40 and you're a MAGA or something, and then other people will be like, we don't like it because who listens to this guy? You know, can't we get someone good and wholesome like Dolly Parton or whatever?
She'd be good. Yeah.
See, again, I would say no to that.
Yeah.
Because
Bad Dolly.
Bad Dolly. No, she's like irrelevant. You know, like way past her prime. It's like, who cares?
One of the greatest songwriters of all time.
You know, how about this? How about a collab? Bad Bunny and Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
That could be badass.
Oh, it sure would. Muy malo.
Right. That could be cool. Something like that. You get, but you know what? I'm just, honestly, I was more offended. My take on this was I was more offended when Coldplay got to do it. I'm like, Coldplay is like Taylor Swift. You can name that band in one note. Like I got it. All your songs are so congruent. Like they're all the same. Just you changed some words. You started with the B chord, not the C chord, but it's got all the same, all the elements are there, right? Like, don't you agree if you just play?
I don't know what one of their songs. I don't know.
I don't even know their song. They're a band that I hear, you know, on a streaming platform or on the radio. It's not, and that's how I am exposed to it. Yeah. It's not that I'm purchasing or downloading Coldplay music. It's just, it just hits you in the head. It's like you go into a store and you hear Taylor Swift, and I'm like, I got to get out of the store. I used to like Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor.
You still do?
I do, yeah. I think she's a good songwriter.
You know, I think she'd be a great one if she just took a beat and spent a little more time making her albums sound different and her songs. Like, it's like, is this one long song? No, you just heard 4 songs. I'm like, oh, okay, because they all sound the same.
Yeah, I can't wait for the breakup song with her and Travis.
You think they're gonna break up?
One day, yeah. But isn't it going to be great?
One day.
Because
It's gonna be great.
opposing
Divorce is
stadiums
great.
can play that song when Travis comes out.
Yeah. Oh, it's not gonna be that
awesome.
quick. I think Travis probably has 1 or 2 years left at best.
Yeah.
In fact, he's kind of stinking the bed right now, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but yeah, the way he yells at his coach, that just That
You're a Kansas City fan too, right?
Yeah, and a Patriots fan. Yeah, but yeah, when
the two go head to head in the AFC, when it was Mahomes and Brady.
Oh, Patriots. Yeah.
You were Patriots?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a close game.
Yeah, I love Mahomes. He's a generational player, but so is Brady. Yeah, so it's fun to see the best against the best. I see that now. We have Josh Allen maybe against Mahomes and generational players.
Josh Allen's my favorite quarterback right now in the NFL. I just love him, and I love that Mac Jones looks like a junior version of him, right? Like he can throw the ball.
Oh, Drake May?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Drake May is...
He can throw the ball. I mean, the
run.
last 2 games, he's threw 2 touchdown passes and ran in for, like, now we have a quarterback that can instantly turn into a running back. Yeah. That's the way the game's kind of turning. Yeah. And I think it was pretty much started by, or showcased the most by Patrick Mahomes. Like scrambling out of the pocket and running.
Throwing sidearms.
Yes, doing this thing on the run, hitting his guy 15 yards away.
Yeah. And not cracking under pressure. Brady was the same way. You're down 2 touchdowns 5 minutes to go. You think, well, we could still win this.
Yeah.
Very few people like that. I think Drake May has that potential.
Yeah, I think so too.
It'd be great to see. Yeah, I'm hoping.
And he's got just a good attitude.
Yeah.
Like he's
likable.
You know, it's amazing. Like now that we're on the other side of life here, we're looking at athletes that are like, I mean, I call anyone under 40 a kid, you know, and just conversation.
I'm not with anybody under 50.
Yeah.
Kid.
Kid, yeah, right.
Kid Fink.
Yep. Yeah, DJ Kid Fink in the his hey. What's up? With MC Jimmy James.
Yo.
Yeah. 2 white guys trying to sound cool.
Hello.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the Bad Bunny Super Bowl thing. I think it doesn't need to be about race. It doesn't have to be about, he's not connecting. Well, you know what? How would you he's going to connect that night. You know, I mean, it's going to be 200 million people watching this game. Mm-hmm. And, I know it comes from the controversy is what spurs the conversation. So at the end of the day, I'm a fan because all I care about is the game. I don't care about anything else around it. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to get an artist up there that's not going to be, obviously he's not going to be vulgar. He's not going to have intentional wardrobe malfunctions. There's not going to be some sort of message because I don't need messages. I just there's messages in music and things like that. That fine. Those subtleties, those things, that's cool. But if you're just going to go up there, you're an artist and you're performing for a broad audience, maybe before you shit on it, watch it first. Yeah. Like all these people are like, absolutely not. And other people are like, absolutely yes. It just seems like, what do you guys have going on today? Like, I got to pick up my kid at 4. I got to take my daughter to dance class seemingly 8 times tonight. Like, by the way, did your daughter ever do dance?
She did when she was really little.
Oh, and then you wised up and said, you're not doing that anymore. I'm not going to drive anymore. I'm done. I thought being a hockey parent was bad. Huh. Being a dance parent is obnoxious. But anyway, I got another one here for you.
So Bad Bunny, that's a good point, though. It's kind of what we're talking about is, okay, in the scheme of things, whoever performs at the Super Bowl is really minor. Really minor.
Yeah. If this is
for people to get outraged about that, and I'm not sure how big that or how long the outrage might last, or that tells you.
I'll tell you, all season
they just want to be outraged then, because that's in the scheme of things. That's not life or death. That's not really important.
It goes back to what, like, as a comic or as someone in town that's, dusted up, ruffle some feathers because I say what I want to say or I challenge, the group think. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. If this is your problem, if this is your thing, then maybe you should take a beat walk the dog,
Yeah.
go for a run, start thinking about like what's important to me. Why am I so fired up about this? Why am I arguing with people online whom I do not know?
Why is it worth my time to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
If you do come back to social media,
I won't. It's
That
really
was
freeing.
quick.
I
That
feel
was
like a free
quick.
man. It's really amazing. Yeah.
yeah. Well, if you do, because something's going to pull you in, a grandchild,
grandchild that
yeah,
you're right.
you don't want to miss
Goodness,
these
you're right.
things.
Yeah.
So, let's say that happens. You come back. Just remember that. Like I do this analogy. Like for example, every small town has their Facebook group full of miserable people, right?
Oh yeah.
I'd say 80% of it is people that like to sit back and for entertainment value. Oh, get my popcorn. That meme. But maybe you shouldn't, because what you're seeing is two suffering souls battling it out. Look at what you're doing. You're looking at the same 20 people that post on this thing all the time about their virtue signaling, be aware of this, or get in line with that, or this was wrong, we should be outraged, you should be outraged, no, you should be outraged, right? I think of that group as, this is why I left it, I was like, look at all these names that you see here. Now, instead of calling this the Facebook group of town, let's call it the party on Saturday night. You're at the party, it's Saturday night, these are the people you're hanging out with. How long are you going to stay at that party? Not long. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Unless the snacks are really good.
Yeah, but it's not good, because listen to what they're talking about.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Bad
That's my
snacks, I'm
point.
gone.
Yeah, it's like I'm out of here. Like this is it. Like I looked around, I left.
Yeah. I always come here because you have the best like granola bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a stash of the chocolate ones. So sometimes I hide them from the kids. Like,
Yeah.
my wife left.
She did? I'm sorry, Rick.
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
done
I
with
didn't know that.
Yeah, I had
Oh.
a pregnant pause there. My wife left Instagram and Facebook probably about 3 years ago.
All right.
And I remember saying, "Oh, how can you do it?" She goes, she's just so concise. She's like, "I think this experiment is over." And
That's
it was
good.
And it's like, but
good.
she just came back this week, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She
What
goes,
brought her back?
that was my question, and she says, "I just started feeling a little disconnected from stuff."
Huh.
And I said, "Okay," but now she's proceeding with caution. Like she might have 60 friends on Facebook, whereas I have over 1,000 because I'm so cool,
Yeah.
But
She always denied my friend requests.
yeah,
But so did you. So
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Fairness.
do you want to know something? Like making fun of Facebook. Her and I are married because of Facebook.
No way.
Yeah, we went to high school together. Went on one date in high school. It was junior year, like in May of
Yeah.
1993.
How'd that date go?
It went awesome. It was so great that we had another date set up. Like just before we go, let's set up the next
And then COVID
one.
happened? What happened?
No, I'll tell you what happened. I got a phone call from her on Wednesday. Date night was Friday. She gave me a 48-hour notice that she had to cancel the
It's her
date.
dad, isn't it?
No, it was a mutual friend who also liked me, which I can
Oh, wow.
understand. I mean,
Yeah.
look, I'm kind of easy on the
Oh
eyes.
gosh.
Oh,
the mutual friend.
I'm so smart and handsome. So yeah,
Did you date Bill after that?
so me and Bill, I'm like, all right, no, that's good. No, so I was bothered by that. Like, what the girl code? So and so likes you, and I'm just like, that's not how it works in the guy's world. I'll be like, could you ever imagine saying, "Hey, Dave, I don't want you going out with Sheila because I like her too," and Dave going, "Respect, dude, gotcha."
That's what I might tell her.
Yeah. And then you then you go have your secret affair.
That's cool. Where was your one date?
We don't remember.
No way.
We just
Neither of you
remember
remember.
remember the end of it because we were
Great
making
date.
out on our
Yeah.
front steps, and
You never left the front steps.
we never left. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. No, I think we went bowling, but we laughed that we don't really remember any of the details except for just making out at the end of the night.
Yeah, bowling's that date. Yeah,
which
that's
making-
the one you forget.
Making out on a first date is like it's kind of bold. I mean,
It is.
it's but Leslie.
Bowling will get those juices flowing.
Yeah, bowling is
Yeah.
kind of an aphrodisiac. If
It
you
is.
will. You got those
Yeah.
big balls.
You got to rent your shoes.
Yeah.
Like fancy shoes.
Yeah. So that ended, but I'm glad it ended because if I had dated her, I was at the time, I was like, oh man, the summer's going to be great. It's going to roll right into senior year. I got the prom date drama all figured out. This is going to be great. And then she crashed and burned like 3 days after the date.
Yeah.
But it's fate because if we did stay together, and then we did go to different colleges, if I didn't ruin the relationship as that 17 and 18-year-old in high school before graduation, it would have just dissipated during the college years, which it should have because you should.
Did you reach out to her? Did you find her on Facebook, or she found you? Or
well, I don't remember who friended who.
Yeah.
But I was in a long-term relationship, and then that ended, and a few months later. Yes, it builds out.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing this thing saying Leslie's going on this hike with so-and-so and 4 other people. And I just was like, oh, I'm intrigued. And it kind of had, I asked if I could go. I said, hey, I like to hike. And she's like, all right, cool.
Should have just showed up in the woods.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Like, yeah, you doxed yourself. I mean, come on, But yeah, so that got us exchanging phone numbers and having some like break the ice phone calls before the hike.
Yeah.
And then, we started dating, and the hike was great. We just hung out with a group of people. It felt very like comfortable, and I just remember thinking, that's little Leslie, just, just the sweet kid.
So there's lots of positive
Facebook, if you do it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, Teresa and I met at a strip club.
Did you?
Yeah, I was a dancer.
Yeah,
and she'd come over on my lunch break, and on her lunch break, and she'd always had these. It was really cold in Missouri, and she had these rolls of nickels, and she'd put them in my G-string. It's like, that's too cold, and she'd yell things like, "Hey, is that a roll of nickels in your pocket? You're just glad to see me." And I'd say, "It's both." It's like, yeah, but that was magic time.
That is awesome. Yeah, I can't imagine. I don't want to get a visual of a Missouri strip club. I mean, I know it's the show me state, right?
I used to deliver pizzas, and sometimes you deliver to a strip club. Oh. It's sad, but that's my opinion. I shouldn't, but it's kind of sad. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's. I mean, you've been to one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't go to them now. I mean, it's just like there's something creepy about the age difference, right? Like, who do I look like? Bill Belichick? Like, by the way, Bill Belichick, 48 years older than his girlfriend. They started dating when I was 48 years old, like just last year or something. So I was thinking, holy shit, like I put it in perspective. I'm like, my God, Leslie, if I were to acquire this Bill Belichickian approach to dating, like if we broke up,
it's purely hypothetical.
Yeah, purely hypothetical. But you have till Wednesday to get your shit out of here. It's like me going, this is totally creepy, but it's like going to Newton Wellesley Hospital in the nursery and picking out your next girlfriend. Like being 48 years old and being told by your future self, your future girlfriend was born today at 10:06, 21 inches, 6.7, 6 pounds, 7 ounces. You're like, nice.
When you think of it
that is messed
way.
up. That is messed up.
On the other end, when he's 98, she'll be 50, and maybe that's not so bad.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what the rule is though? It's like
There's a rule.
Yeah, like what's the appropriateness?
There shouldn't be a rule. I mean, that's my opinion.
Why not?
But, because
I think so because go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say in the case of Bill Belichick, I think there's make a rule where it makes that inappropriate. Bill Belichick going out with 79, going out with whatever.
Yeah, but they're two people. I know the power dynamic is different, and there could be money involved. I'm not being.
They're not getting married, so it's not like
But let's say there are going to be situations where that's the person who you have great conversations with. That's the person who does speak to you. That's the person who you feel protected by, or that's the person who comforts you. I don't know if we can put an age on that. We can say, we can't put a unhealthy, like a illegal age on that, but I don't know if we can put an age on it. That's us projecting onto them our values.
True. True.
And I might not like it. You might not like it, but
I think it's predatory. I mean, it's something
could
creepy.
be.
I was just saying to
but
my
she has
wife.
agency. I mean,
Yeah. I was just saying to my wife, well, by the way, the rule is half your age plus 7 years.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Is that like good housekeeping or?
Yeah. So that
where's
puts me
the-
like, but I still think that's a little bit off because that would give me like a girlfriend that could be as young as 32, 33.
Oh, so this is going to be okay then when he's 98.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. It's like
this
the
needs
longer
a-
you go.
Okay, so they need to get back together. They would need to wait it out a little bit, like
Yeah.
you and Leslie did.
Yeah.
And then come back to it.
Yeah. Maybe that's.
Stay in touch on Facebook.
Bill, are you listening? We're giving some life advice. No, but this is talking about. It's similar. I say I like to go run. Every Tuesday I time a mile. I go
Your
to
time's good.
6:53 so far, but I want to get it down to like 6:30. I want to be able to do a 5K in under 20. When I was in high school on the cross country team, I was the number 5 guy, which scores points, and my best time was 18:45, and my average was probably 20 minutes 30 seconds.
That's moving.
It is moving for a 17-year-old. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's definitely one of the best. I was again the number 5 guy.
Right,
But-
backwards, but okay.
Yeah, but but I feel like at 49,
Yeah.
my problem is my body feels like it's 70 years old. My brain feels like I'm still 20 years old.
Interesting.
Like I feel old. My neck hurts. I go to the chiropractor. I got to stretch extra long.
I'm the opposite. My body feels young and my brain feels old.
Really?
We're opposites, yeah.
Well, I feel like you are young at heart, though.
Yeah, but I can't focus anymore like I did even 10 years ago or think clearly anymore. Something's happened.
Yeah.
But my body feels like it can do anything.
Yeah.
So it's funny we're flip-flopped on
Yeah.
that.
For me, it can be dangerous because my body is like, hey, man, ease up. And my young self is like, I can get 21 minutes again. And it's like, no, you can't. You're never going to run a 5K in 21 minutes. And I'm thinking, watch me. Like, I want to do it,
You could probably do it. I think you could.
Well, I get shin splints. My knees
Okay.
hurt. That's the
Okay,
thing that's
good
happening.
point.
My body's saying, you can't do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I can. And it's like, that's how I pull a calf and can't run for 2 weeks or whatever.
That's a good point.
But my point is relating to like inappropriateness. I was just saying to Leslie that I say, is this creepy or is it creepy that I'm even thinking about it? Or is it totally normal and I'm overreacting? But like, I'm a very self-aware person. I'm hyper vigilant. When I go to the high school track and I do my measured mile, or my timed mile, I should say, and let's say the boys' soccer team is out there practicing, I think nothing of it. I'm just running. If a ball kicks over to me, when I come around, I'll kick it back onto the field.
I always kick it
for
the
him.
other way.
Yeah, I hurl it over the fence.
They're young,
I'm
they
like,
can
go
go
get
get
your ball, you loser. I'm trying to run here.
Hey, Pele, it's
Yeah,
over there.
yeah, you suck. The net's over there, dipshit. No, I don't think anything of it, you know? But if the girls if the girls soccer team or field hockey team is out there,
That's interesting.
or I do not run there. I was out there running like a week ago, and the field hockey team started trickling onto the field, and I was like, "Yep, I got 2 more laps, good." And because I was doing 12 laps, I was doing a 30. I wanted to do 30 minutes, 3 miles, just weight loss pace, and the high school girls are showing up, and I'm like, you got to go, dude, because you know what? I mean, I'm totally innocent. I'm fine, but they might not feel comfortable.
That's a good point.
One could argue, hey, buddy, 24 hours in a day, you just happen to show
That's a
up
good
to
point.
run at the track.
Yeah.
And my wife says, yeah, it's unfortunate that it's creepy, but other people ruined it for you.
I agree with that.
But it's good that you think like that. And I'm like, yeah. And then she brought up a thing. When I was teaching, one of my friend teachers, a veteran of the profession, like 20-year teacher, he wasn't mad at me or reprimanding at me, but he was definitely like, dude, you need to protect yourself, because it was a free period. I was at my desk, lesson planning, getting ready for my next couple classes. And this girl had come in. Now, she's probably not roaming the halls, but she was taking a detour from going to the bathroom, right? But she popped in and talked to me for like a minute, and she wanted to come and talk to me, and I forget what she was talking about, but it's something that she was excited about. Like maybe it was like colleges. Yeah, I think it was like college. Like I'm going to Elon, and then I'm going to go over to like, Bucknell, and I'm going to look at these schools. And I was really happy for her, and she's sharing this with me, and I thought nothing of it. But my buddy Mike had come in and he popped his head in after. He goes, yeah, that's a no, man. I'm like, why? He's like, you can't have a teenage girl in your room by yourself like that. You're setting yourself up. And I was just like, that sucks. Like, it sucked. And also, it's not fair for the girl in the sense that if it was a boy, we're good. But I have to deny you sharing this thing that you're happy about, and you want to come to me because I'm in your circle of trust, like I'm someone that you look up to, you admire, you respect, but you can't talk to me because you're a girl. So there's like that fine line. But I did take Mike's note because at the end of the day, I do realize, what, time and place. Next time she wants to say something, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm really busy, but I'll find you later after school or something.
Yeah.
Come on. And then we could be out by the lobby or out in the courtyard of the school at the end of the day, and I'm like, hey, Alicia, you were telling me about checking out the colleges. I'd love to hear about it. Like that would be, so that was my learning thing, but it was messed up. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Or a Coldplay concert.
Yeah, Coldplay. Well, those people are losers. Everything about them are losers.
Coldplay?
Well, yeah, them, but the couple, the HR and CEO, like,
I don't know. I think a lot of people got enraged by it. It was a great way to get enraged by it.
Yeah, but I thought it was like, first of all, this guy's like, he thinks he's an alpha and he's like CEO, and he did the most juvenile 5-year-old caught with his hand in the cookie jar reaction where he looked around and then ducked down. It was almost like a Saturday Night Live skit of like getting busted. Like, dude, if you're going to cheat on your wife, just fucking own it. Like, just stand there. Also, don't give yourself away. That camera would have just gone on to the next.
Yeah. Sometimes what we want to do and what we do in the moment are different.
Yeah. Here's the last one we'll talk about. Jimmy Kimmel getting suspended on ABC, Disney-owned ABC, for comments he made in the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk assassination. Saying, again, doing that kind of antagonistic thing. Instead of mourning the loss of a human soul, he wanted to say, MAGA will do anything they can to pin this on anyone but them.
But he's making a statement that is, in many people's minds is true. And
my argument, in many minds, is insensitive to like the person who just died, and also why are you being why are you using this opportunity? I think that the outrage
is getting people to talk about it.
Yeah, but what you should have been talking about at the time was someone got assassinated. Someone got assassinated in the United States of America for sharing their beliefs, and we label that person a hate monger and this and that. Those are Christian values that he's espousing, and he was not a racist, or that. These are my opinions. So whether you like the guy or you didn't like the guy was shot in the neck and killed in front of his wife and one of his daughters, who will never see him again. If you want to go there, because nothing's off limits, right? I mean, you can make jokes about just about anything, but do it in the right way. Make fun of the assassin, make fun of whatever, but stirring, kicking a hornet's nest on the finger pointing. Oh, you're going to do whatever you can to pin it on someone else. But it's like, and Jimmy, you don't even know anything about this guy or anything. It just seemed like we're a powder. I thought it was an irresponsible joke. I thought the back end of it was funny and it was done right, where he says, "And look at." Did you see the whole clip?
I didn't see the clip. I've read.
You read it?
I've read.
So the first part of the joke, which is I think what he really got in trouble for, was now MAGA is scrambling to do anything to point this on anyone but them,
because they wouldn't need a martyr.
Yeah, that was. Or also because the left are violent. That fits the narrative. The left is violent. They're the ones that do the violence, not
Both
us.
sides are using it to
say we're better than you. It's you.
Yeah.
That part wasn't. It was to me a joke that just fell flat. It's an eye roll to me. It's why I don't watch late night comedy, because it's 90% left, and it's not that it's telling left jokes. It's all your jokes are left. It's like you're going after the same. Yeah. Oh, it's. I think no. I'm exaggerating it, but I think they looked at this public watchdog did an analysis of the last year of shows, and I think like 80% of political jokes were against the right. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's pretty leaning in one way. And I'm like, if you want a broad audience and appeal to everyone, you should make it funny for everyone. So this joke, kind of irresponsible socially. You can tell it. I don't think you should be canceled for it, but I want to compliment the second part of the joke. I laughed at. It was hilarious. And he's like, yep. And Trump's is taking it pretty hard too. Just watch this clip. And then the clip asked him as he's going, I think he's getting off of Marine One, walking through the Rose Garden, and he's stopped by the press corps, and they say, Mr. Trump, how do you feel about, the loss of Charlie Kirk? And he says, oh, it's very sad. But if you look over here, we're doing reconstruction on the ballroom, which has not been done in decades, and it's overdue. I think a lot of people are going to be happy about that. That is an obnoxious quote and a horrible answer. Suggests that there's cognitive decline on, like, if you're going to say this about Biden, like things that he said, maybe he's not there anymore. This is my first red flag on Trump. Like, dude, that was your reaction. That's kind of messed up. That is fair game to go after. And Jimmy Kimmel says, yes, President Trump, the fourth stage of grieving, construction.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That was funny. And you're going after this guy who, I don't hate Donald Trump. I think he's doing some things that are right, and he's not getting credit for it because he's shot himself in the foot by making himself such a bombastic cartoon character.
Yes.
But, right?
Yeah.
But just as a human, that is a shitty answer you just gave about someone who you claim to be a friend, So going after that, I thought that was funny. So I felt like that whole joke, the whole point of this is two parts. One of them I feel like fell flat, kind of irresponsible, not helpful to, if you have a platform and you want to bring people together with humor, that wasn't doing it. But that second one is like, I was dying laughing. I was like, what? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, suspended, and then he came back. What's your take on that? How do you feel about how that was handled with FCC, Disney, and the two syndication companies that carried it?
Well, free speech is important. If you're using your right to free speech to hurt someone, especially on purpose, if you're trying to harm someone. But if you're using your right to free speech to get people talking, to get people, and people have a right to get people outraged with their free speech as well, which I see our president doing often. Mm-hmm. To cancel someone because of what they said, he wasn't asking people to go out and murder people. He wasn't saying it was a good thing that Charlie Kirk was murdered. He was talking about how it plays politically. I don't think you can cancel someone on either side for their free speech unless they're inciting violence, like the January 6th riots, for example. Mm-hmm. Then you need to allow people to speak their minds, even if whether a joke falls flat or not. It gets people talking, maybe. That's what we're doing right now. If you can get people talking by something you said or make them think about something more, then free speech is important, even if you find it offensive or disagreeable. It's still important. Yeah, so you can't cancel.
No, yeah. Well, so
you can't be pressured to cancel either by some FCC chairman who says, "Okay, we're coming after you because you said this."
Yeah,
that's where it gets more evil, when the government gets involved. And that's where the First Amendment, many of the same people would do whatever they could to protect the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
But the First Amendment, maybe not so. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why that amendment bothers them, whereas the Second Amendment might. It's sometimes people come down differently depending on which amendment it is, but they're still in the Constitution.
When I heard the news that he was off, I was shocked.
Yeah,
absolutely. The first thing I
was shocked.
The first thing I did was found the clip. What did he say?
Yeah,
I don't want to read what he said. I don't want to have someone tell me what he said. I want to before I get into the this is what you should think, because that's how we write news now.
Yeah,
and converse with each other on social media. Before anyone tells me what I need to think, I need to organically watch this and make my own assumption. And I watched it, and like I said, unlike the first joke was just dumb. It wasn't my thing. But comedy's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my bag. The second part I laughed at a lot. And then I said, that got him canceled. I'm like, Trump, that does not look good for you to do that. Like it's hard to support somebody who just encroaches, and someone could be like, oh, it was all economic. It was, shut up. That guy got pulled because a Trump appointed FCC chair just coincidentally said, yeah, you're not going to do it. And also the Stephen Colbert thing, he's not going to come back, which I think he's turned obnoxious in my mind. Like I loved him on The Daily Show. The Daily Show was like pretty good. It's an equal opportunity offender. Like they're going to go after, well, not offender, criticizer. They're going to make fun of Marjorie Taylor Greene just as much as they're going to make fun of, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, she writes her own.
I mean, or AOC.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
there's some bad ones. You know what I always say? Like when people want to start talking about politics. Yeah. And all the bad politicians, and they start naming just conservatives or just liberals. I just say, hey, can we play a game? I'll you traded baseball cards. I'll give you 2 of these Wade Boggs for a
Jose Canseco.
For a Jose Canseco or for a Don Mattingly rookie.
So I'll give you 2 Marjorie Taylor Greenes for.
Yeah, well, I would say, how about if we could take away, remove them.
Yeah.
From their position of power, I'd be like, okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'd say, okay, Bernie Sanders, and then you could say Mitch McConnell, and then I would say, I don't know, someone, Nancy Pelosi. Like these are the names that are tearing the country apart. Like they've been there too long, or they are going in an extreme direction. Like
I see what you're saying, but then on the other hand. Because my
just
brother
a game,
lives
by the
near
way.
Marjorie in Georgia, and my dad lived near her district, just north of Atlanta. But then you're taking away voices. Even if those voices might seem wacky, like when Marjorie Taylor Greene speaks, even to me it's wacky, but it's not to her constituents. So.
This is what I love about you. This is what I love about you. You think that she's a total Fruit Loop.
Oh, yeah, in my opinion. But that's my opinion.
But your opinion also is she deserves to be where she is because I'm not in her jurisdiction, but the people that are
they
want
voted
her.
for her.
And
somewhere in some podcast, somewhere in Norcross, Georgia, someone is talking about Nancy Pelosi the same way.
Yeah.
And then you're silencing her constituents and her voice.
Right.
It takes, and when we start to silence people, that's when that's where we all lose. Mm-hmm. That's where free speech is taken away and rights. And I really think social media has hastened this.
It's like it's amping up all these things that I've been talking about. Bad Bunny, Department of Defense, the Riyadh Comedy Festival. It's everyone's coming in with an opinion. This is why it's wrong, or this is why you don't get it, and it's like, oh, what are you going to do? Or, how about that? Or that must suck for you. It's like we come in with these antagonistic replies and responses, and it's just like you're looking for a fight. Like people that go to social media, that if you post on social media more than once every other day, That's my benchmark. Like, and I'm supposed to do a Instagram reel every day for stand up.
And
I
as a
don't even do
comedian,
that.
you should.
Yeah.
It's
And
different.
I hate,
It's different. Yeah.
that's a whole other conversation we can have. Like, you were a comic, you can't do it anymore because it's just, you can't deal with the excitement of it and coming down. Right. And, you know, I'm aspiring and I'm getting more and more successful at it, getting more opportunities. And
Which is really cool, Rick. This is awesome.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's fun
cool.
to watch this happen. Yeah.
Well, if you want to go on a road trip, I have to go to Maryland at the end of the month.
I'll have to see what I'm doing.
We could road trip it.
I'll have to see what I'm doing because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to be careful though. Last time I was in Maryland, I got crabs.
That's why you should go to Maine. Just get lobsters.
You know what's funny? Halloween. It's on Halloween night. It's Friday.
Halloween falls on Halloween night now?
No,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
No, the comedy I'm doing is, but it falls on Friday the 31st.
Yeah.
Which, you know, very superstitious for people with dyslexia.
That's good.
That's the kind of stuff I'm trying to open with. You know, it makes
That's
it a
good
little
stuff.
unique.
That's good
Giving
stuff.
away my jokes, just playing with
That one's free, folks.
Yeah, but on the car ride down, we could like just riff
You
and
could workshop it.
yeah, a lot of like driving. I like to drive because it's one of those mundane things like painting.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I do sometimes I'll start a painting project just because I need to write
Yeah.
and nothing's coming. So getting into a rhythm, you know, whether it's driving
Yeah.
300 miles to a show or it's
My kitchen needs painted if you want to come up for Rick.
to be honest, if I didn't have a backlog of jobs here and my wife gave me a permission slip, like when I get it done, I will come over and I would be more than
That's
happy
awesome.
to. Because you and me painting
help.
together,
I like painting.
that's gonna be 20 comedy Instagram reels right there.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway. That's all. I mean, I got more stuff, but I think we've talked long enough and you know, we'll save it for another day.
Yeah.
But this was
there'll be
good.
other days.
I'm glad that I
days.
influenced you and changed your mind on everything. That's but at the end of the day, with Republican, Democrat, left, right, all I care about is, do you play within the 40-yard lines or 30-yard lines? And if you do, I give you my respect and validation and I will listen. If you're outside of that, you're a lockstep, straight ticket kind of a brain, and I don't know if you have the mental fortitude to think for yourself and let yourself think for yourself. I feel like you're afraid or you've been trained to stay in your lane, and you know you can't you get uncomfortable when someone says something you don't agree with. Like you and I have differences in a lot of areas, and you know, at the
We
end of
should not be friends.
yeah, you're right. Get the hell out of my house.
I'm gone, Rick.
Hey, finish that tea. No, I didn't put anything in it. Iocane powder. Remember that one
That's
from?
good for you.
Yeah. Remember the iocane powder?
I don't.
It's
no.
a reference from one of the best movies ever made, Princess Bride.
I've not seen that. I read the book.
You've
though.
never
I
seen
have
A
read the
Princess
book.
Bride?
No, I've read the book though. Is it Goldman's the author, right? Yeah.
Yeah, movie's way better.
Yeah, I will. I do want to see that.
It's a good movie.
I do
That's a
wanna see
movie you watch. You missed the you could have sat down with your wife and your daughter when she was younger, and that would have been a great family movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I could still do that.
Yeah, you
I
can
got
do it.
Grandkid coming at some point.
Yeah,
No pressure, Courtney.
Yeah.
No pressure, Max.
yeah.
But no, I think there's also, on the positive side, I'd say a huge percentage of people want America to work. They want their lives to work. They want other people's lives to work. They're rooting for other people. So if we can build from that, we just have different opinions of how to get it done, and sometimes we get really crazy because our opinion is right or their opinion's wrong. Well, I guess that goes together.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can build from that we all want America to be, and the world to be, a safer and more prosperous place, I think it'd be crazy not to want that.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of we've been divided. Sometimes we divide it ourselves, but we have these devices that are dividing us.
Yeah.
And there's people behind those devices and those algorithms telling us what to think, how to think. We've got to stand up and say, okay, you're wrong, algorithm. I'm going to think for myself, and let's get together and do things. But we need maybe more centrists to come to power. I liked Mitt Romney.
Conversely, Charlie Baker.
Yeah, people in the center.
He should have run for president.
He
was the
possibly win.
He was the second most popular governor, according to a poll on his last year in office, and he went to the NCAA. That's great. Whoop-de-doo.
Like they needed, yeah.
But the thing is, though, you're asking a lot of somebody.
That's true.
To take the most thankless job. I mean, you got to be. I think one of the biggest flaws with a politician is they're all ego driven. I mean, you're here not because you care about your constituents and make the world better. That's what you say in your stump speeches. Yeah. You're doing it because you want the insider trading tips like Nancy and Paul Pelosi. You want to, wield the power on getting money for your friends' projects back home and align with these business people.
There's a spectrum there, though, too.
I mean, I can't think of one politician that I look at and go, you're a genuine human being. No one's coming off the top of my head. They're all a little swarmy. I think it's like the fact that you want to be a politician is a flaw
you might
in your
have
character.
To be, though, to get into that position. I really like Barack Obama. I thought he was a great president. But in order to get into those positions, you have to shake a few hands. You have to take a few deals. You have to make a few deals. So you take a person going in with these grand notions, and then where the sausage is made, that's not how it works. There's lobbyists over here telling you and funneling money to this, and there's people from all directions.
It's such a game, and it's like you're gonna screw one thing to one cause that you're gonna sacrifice something to, and that's why it's like it's. Charlie Baker is probably so. You know what? The fact that he doesn't want to be president would make him even a better president.
I know, that's a good point.
That's the thing. It's like the adverse of you want to be president. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to be president, and you're smart, and a very democratic state of Massachusetts loved you, and you're a Republican. The term rhino, like if someone calls me a rhino, because I'm very liberal on many things, I take it as a compliment. I'm like, oh, a Republican in name only. You mean somebody that can cross the aisle and shake hands and okay, I'm a rhino. Like that's like a diehard Republican criticism of people in their own party that are better than them because they can actually talk to the other side. Like Mitt Romney could be considered a rhino. Charlie Baker a rhino.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably what I would. I've been called that. It's. But to other people, I'm MAGA, just simply because I'm a registered Republican.
And to me, you're Rick.
Yes, I'm Rick, and you're Jim. Is it Jim?
It is Jim.
Jim, yeah.
Or Jimmy.
No, is your full name James James?
It's Jimmy James. My mom, I was born in England. And
Jimmy James,
Jimmy James, yeah.
That's your first name?
Jimmy, and then James is my last name. But my mom tells me she didn't think it was the same name. And she said, oh, it's not the same in England. Oh, it is, Mom.
That is so funny.
I'm sure of it.
Jim James. It's just like James James.
I had that accent when I was little too. Yeah. Little Jimmy James.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Toddling around Liverpool.
To get out of here.
Yeah. Can you validate my parking?
Yeah, can you go out the back? I don't want people, my neighbors to know that you are actually here. No, to get us out of here, why don't you give us like food for thought or a tip for the commoner, the unwashed masses, the average person just listening to a podcast, taking all this in. How does the little guy affect a little bit of change? Like I think we did it by having a conversation and I think what we did in the teaching world is we modeled how to have a conversation about things that you don't totally agree with.
Yeah.
And
because our male modeling days are over.
Male, yeah. Well,
yeah. Speak for yourself. Yeah.
I just auditioned for this Depends commercial. I drank a lot of water. I think too much.
Do you get the part? It depends.
It depends.
No, that's a great question because sometimes you feel like a voice in the wilderness. Everybody wants to matter, and we should matter, and everybody wants to make their voice heard. But when you impose your voice on someone else, that's where you cross the line.
Yeah.
When you say this is the way you have to think because of this, and when you're not listening to the other voices, then you're closed, and you've actually closed yourself off from all these opportunities to think differently, maybe, and to solve problems. I fear that we're being polarized, and I know I keep coming back to, in my opinion, it's social media has hastened that and really sped it up. But I think there might be a pendulum swing. I think people might get fed up enough. They say, okay, this isn't what's working. We need a leader to come along, maybe, that we can get behind. Say, let's fix these things. I think people are, and 99% of people are good.
Yeah.
So
even people that are projecting themselves as not good are good. They're just hurting a little bit.
yeah, that's
You
a great
know,
way to put it.
when someone's on Facebook saying social justice this, or don't go for that, or vote for that, like the fact that you're projecting your ideas on other people just says that I think you have, and I should know. I mean, I see depression. I know it when I see it. I see the same names talking about the same shit, getting praise from the same 20 friends. That's
from all perspectives.
yeah. That's I don't care what the topic is or what you're promoting or not promoting. The fact that you're living on social media, toiling away while you could be hanging out with your kids, coaching a soccer team, going for a run, you know, like it's that you're making, I don't think you're making a good life choice, you know. And I used to do that. I mean, I used to be on Facebook a lot.
Same.
I used to engage in all that. I was
we engaged with each other a lot.
Yeah. But in a fun way. Like I think when it was a relief when we did. But anyway, you know, that's good. My point would my tip would be just de-escalate. Like, and just remember, like, think of like that social media group or conversation as a party. And you've heard all the people at the party, what they've said. Does that sound like a fun party? No. Okay. Why would you stay? Just leave. Just leave them alone and the more normal people in the middle leave the party.
True.
You're left with a party that you don't even know anything about. It's just we're just watching this volley go back and forth, two sides, and everyone in the middle is caught and feeling like they're getting pulled. Like, you got to think like us. You got to think like us. You know, you should be ashamed if you think like them. And then we all start leaning towards a side. It's like, no, like, I will never be like this hardo MAGA person, but I have some conservative values that align, you know, but I definitely don't align with the racist stuff, you know. And then far left, I'm like, wow, that's pretty extreme. You know, I don't think New York City is going to come out on top with this mayor that they're going to elect. But at the same time, let them have what they vote for and see what, like, I'm actually curious about, it's a totally other conversation, but you're going to vote for a socialist to be your mayor. There's going to be a business exodus, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know a little bit about economics and how the world works. It's not going to, people that want stuff are going to move in. People who don't want to give everything away are going to move out, and then it's going to crash. And that's what socialism is. But maybe America needs a lesson in that. That's my opinion. Let it play out. And that's my take. I'm not weighing in on you're an idiot for voting for him. I'm like, I don't know. I believe that it's a bad idea, but until we see it, so I'm kind of like, I'm actually now watching that race in New York City because I like New York City. It's a great city.
It's a great city.
I'm going this month, and then I'm going again in December. One kid each trip, you know.
Yeah.
Good one-on-one time with a kid, you know.
Yeah.
But
the same kid each time.
yeah. I'm like,
you're my favorite.
Yeah. No, it's just like I love for them to see the real world, you know. And when you live in a small town, you got to get them out of this place. So anyway, so that's my take. Like, de-escalate. Don't commit to a side or a position so quickly, because just admit you don't know a lot about what you're talking about. There's so many variables in everything. So anyway, that's it.
On the other hand, though, there's there are things that to speak out against, but is social media the way to do it? Because what's that going to do?
Yeah, you're already you're talking to people that have already made up their mind.
Yeah,
the deal has been the ink's on the paper. Like, they signed the contract, it's over. You can't. Boom, boom, boom. I now sentence you to 20 years in prison. The defense attorney can't rebut that. It's over. It's done. Like, these people have made up their minds, and you're wasting your time. Like, so anyway,
as this little person trying to get their voice out there, and they are enraged by something that maybe does need to be addressed. You know, you feel helpless. So maybe social media is a way for you to feel less helpless. I'm not saying that. I don't think it's the right way, but how else can people do it?
Just find a more fulfilling and enriching life. So these things that you have no control over,
no control,
can just brush off of you instead of hit you head on. And that's called stoicism. Read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.
Available at Park Street Books.
Yeah,
$2.95.
$1.99 if you get the version with the cover ripped off of it. It says not for resale.